From the gateway to showbiz glory, this is Hollywood 411.
You know, I've never said anything to anyone about what happened. I'm living a totally different life now, Victor. I always thought it would be Wade come knocking at my door.
Wade's gone.
Not afraid of dying.
How do you know? You've never tried it before.
This movie's going to be huge. X-Men Origins is the story about one mutant, Wolverine. But as we learn where he comes from, we also get to meet some interesting characters who had influence on who he became. One of them played by my next guest, Dominic Monaghan. I would introduce your character, but I don't know who you are. Doing research for this interview has been so tough because I can't crack this case of who you are in the film. So try and explain this to us.
Well, they kept the secret relatively close. I think they give away quite a lot of information in the trailer, and there's some things that they want to keep secret. You know, so I'm kind of a little bit of an Easter egg in the film, almost. But what I can tell you is I play a character called Bradley. Bradley has the ability to control electricity. He's effectively kind of a good guy in the film. There's a lot of kind of anti-heroes in the film. Bad good guys, good bad guys. Bradley sits firmly in the good guy camp and kind of sees Logan as an elder brother kind of character.
Okay, and because this is of the films, this is actually a prequel to the whole set.
That's right, yeah. I think Fox have some really high hopes to make some prequels for X-Men. There was a Magneto script floating around for a long time. You know, they want to talk about Storm, they want to talk about Sabretooth, and I think this is the first big one to kick it off. I mean, an amazing performance by Hugh, and Liev is actually fantastic in it as well.
Are you tired of carrying Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, it's a little annoying, to be honest, you know. I mean, I did all the heavy lifting on this film. I mean, he was kind of puny in comparison.
Part of the mystery of your character is probably because it happened so fast. Tell us about how you got hired for this film.
Yeah, I was friends with a guy called Jeff Katz, who worked at Fox. He called me on a Thursday, said, can you read Wolverine and give me a call on the Friday. I read it that evening, really enjoyed it, thought it was fantastic. Called him on the Friday at 10 o'clock and said, it's great, it's something I could do, I'm already imagining the character. He said, OK, good, I'm sure Fox will give you a call at some point soon. Got a call at 2 o'clock, I was on a plane at 5 o'clock to Sydney, Australia. Got there on a Sunday, worked Monday to Friday, done.
I love how cavalier you are. Would you like to be a part of the X-Men franchise?
Let me see.
What am I doing this weekend?
Let me
yeah, I could do it.
I mean, it's a great project to be involved with. Obviously, Fox are a huge studio, and it's a massive piece. But more than anything else, I wanted to work with Hugh. My favourite film of the past 5 years or so is a film called The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky. I just absolutely loved it. I got a chance to tell Aronofsky how much I liked it. Got a chance to tell Rachel Weisz. And Hugh was the last kind of piece that I wanted to really chat about.
Many people dream of being a part of one big cult hit. You, Lord of the Rings, of course, Lost, huge cult following, and now a part of this X-Men thing. You could just do conventions the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. You know, I've been very lucky. I've had great people representing me, and you know, when I was a kid, I loved Star Wars. I loved Indiana Jones. I loved The Dark Crystal. I loved Labyrinth. I loved fantasy. I loved stories.
And you're a part of 3 of such franchises.
Sure. You know, unassuming heroes, people that are kind of fighting against all the odds. I love those stories of the underdogs, so I think I'm drawn to those type of scripts.
It really is brilliant. Many people go through their lives and don't have any action figures. How many action figures do you have?
I mean, I have 3 from Lord of the Rings. I have 1 from Lost. I'm sure I'll probably have 1 from X-Men. So, I mean, you know, you're talking about maybe 4 or 5 by this point.
Now, I'm not saying you're not a huge, strong, big guy, but you should really have 4 or 5 action figures?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm in those type of movies. There's nothing I can do. I mean, it's a great feeling to you know, watch yourself do some work and then see this world just happen around you. I mean, you know, I as an actor contribute in the best way that I can as an actor, but everything else involved in these huge event pieces is just amazing.
Yeah, okay. Now, I Twitter, and my fans of the show here, Twitter about the guests coming in. So I announced you were coming in, and I got this question for you. Do you mind answering a Twitter question?
Let's do it.
Marco on the web asked this. Which achievement are you most proud of? Lord of the Rings, Lost, or hooking up with Evangeline Lilly?
Well,
careful, she's probably watching.
I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings was an amazing achievement for me. I mean, you know, it kind of
changed your life.
It kicked off my professional career and has since been the thing that's really got me into the rooms and you know, my personal life is something that I don't tend to talk about. There are great achievements that I've made in that, but I think Lord of the Rings is something that you can put in a movie vault and it will probably be there for
it's going to stand the test of time. But I think your world's about to just blow up again with this X-Men Origins. And Dominic, Hugh Jackman, you can see them all in X-Men Origins Wolverine. It opens in theaters May 1st.